After starting their careers with the disappointment of the 2020 season canceled due to COVID, this group has been a part of great success in the seasons since then. In 2021, they returned to action and were part of a 21-7 Tufts team that won a two-team NESCAC championship series over Williams and then advanced through the NCAA Regional to move on to the NCAA Finals in Salem, Virginia. Last year, they contributed to a team that was 36-12 and played into the NCAA Super Regionals. This year, they are leaders of a team with a 33-3 record and number 8 national ranking that is number 1 in NESCAC and will host the conference tournament here next weekend. Over the past 3 seasons, they have helped the Jumbos post a 90-22 record overall for a .804 winning percentage. They have lost just 3 NESCAC games in those 3 seasons while winning 33. Now let's meet our seniors. We have 2 who are graduating and will be moving on to fantastic careers. We have 3 who are graduating but will return to the team for a 5th year next season, and then 1 who took a 5th year this spring who will also be moving on to a fantastic career. Our first senior is Katrina Uzapolsky. She will be graduating with a degree in psychology and an entrepreneurship minor. In addition to softball, her campus involvement includes as a student-athlete advisory committee representative, an on-campus tour guide, and working in the emotion, brain, and behavior laboratory. Next year, she will work as a recruiter for K1 Investment Management in Manhattan Beach, California. We're thrilled to have joining Katrina today her mother, Letitia, father, Vadim, and her furry friend, dog, April. Congratulations and thank you, Kat and family. Our next senior is Emma Jacobson. She will be graduating with a Bachelor of Science degree in Civil Engineering with an Engineering Management minor. Next year, she will work as a civil designer at Vanessa Hengen Bushland in New York City. We're thrilled to have joining Emma today her mother, Marissa, and father, Billy. Congratulations and thank you, MJ and family. Our next group is graduating but returning to the team in 2024. First, Rachel Moore. She will be graduating with a degree in environmental engineering and returning to Tufts next year to pursue a Master's of Science degree in environmental engineering. We're thrilled to have joining Rachel today her mother Joan, father Jim, and sister Leslie. Congratulations and thank you, Rachel and family. Next is Josie Steinberg. She will graduate with a degree in quantitative economics with finance and studio art minors. Next year, she'll be pursuing a Master's of Science degree in innovation and management. We're thrilled to have joining Josie today her mother Jill, father Greg, and sister former Jumbo shortstop Mia. Congratulations and thank you, Josie and family. Next is Michelle Edelman. She will graduate with a double major in biology and psychology. And along with returning to the team, she will work next year as a medical assistant at Boston Sports and Shoulder Center. In addition to softball, her involvement on campus includes with the NESCAC and Tufts student-athlete advisory committees, pre-PA society, Green Dot representative, and doing cognitive and applied brain science lab research. We're thrilled to have joining Michelle today her mother Madeline, father Mitchell, and brother Stephen. Congratulations and thank you, Michelle and family. And last but by no means least, we salute Nicole Russo. After graduating last spring, Nicole returned to Tufts to earn a master's in mechanical engineering. Next year, she will work as a senior associate systems engineer at L3 Harris in California. We're thrilled to have joining Nicole today her mother, Jane. Congratulations and thank you, Nicole. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd also like to take this moment to acknowledge the Bowdoin College seniors. If each of you could please come forward to receive flowers from the Jumbos when your name is called. Abby Allen, Lily Armstrong, Angelina Mayers, and Katrina Dupart. This concludes our 2023 Seniors Day ceremony. Jumbo love to all of our seniors and their families.
Give me 1 minute to meet and then lineups, yeah?
That's fine, yeah.
Thank you.
Oh my God.
You're good. You're good. I got you out of the shot. Don't worry. No, you're fine. You're fine.
6th. And the DP, number 15, Ava Piasati. And 7th, playing first base, number 9, Shay Sullivan. Hitting 8 is playing third base, number 10, Karen Pitt. And batting 9th is playing right field, number 2, Gary. And pitching game 1 today for Bowdoin is number 23, Anna Holiday. And the rest of the Bowdoin College Polar Bears, head coach Ryan Sullivan, he is assisted by Jen Burton. And now the starting lineup for the Jumbos. Leading off and playing second base, number 10, Bella Jimenez. And second is the shortstop, number 4, Josie Steinberg. Hitting third and playing right field, number 17, Caitlin Perucci. Batting cleanup and playing third base, number 20, Rachel Moore. Hitting fifth is the center fielder, number 2, Michelle Edelman. Batting sixth and playing first base, number 8, Haley Lineback. And seventh is the DP, number 11, Nicole Russo. Hitting 8th and catching, number 23, Emma Jacobson. Batting 9th and playing left field, number 25, Kat Uzapolsky. And pitching game 1 today for the Jumbos, number 7, Sky Johnson. And the rest of the Tufts University Jumbos, head coach Lauren Epstein, she is assisted by Marley Becker and Quinn Ryan. Ladies and gentlemen, at this time we ask you to please rise if you're able for the playing of our national anthem.
Good afternoon and welcome to Spicer Field on the campus of Tufts University. All around us, there are playoff games, but here on Spicer, the final regular season games of the entire NASCAR season across all sports for this school year belong right here between your Tufts Jumbos and the Bowdoin Polar Bears. I'm Riley, and alongside me on Senior Day is our senior star broadcaster, Scott Platt. Scott, a pleasure as always.
A pleasure, Riley. And yeah, like you mentioned, it is Senior Day, and the Jumbos lineup will feature 6 seniors. Now, of course, many of them will be returning for another season. But Michelle Edelman, Josie Steinberg, Rachel Moore, Emma Jacobson, Kat Uzapolsky, and Nicole Russo round out 6 of the 9 spots in the starting lineup. Of course, only Jacobson and Uzapolsky are playing their final games, regular season games, that is, because, of course, playoff games will be right back here at Spicer. The Jumbos have clinched first place in the NESCAC, holding a 33-3 overall record. And in fact, the seniors, as we just found out, have a 33-3 NESCAC record during their entire time here, which is a remarkable feat, Riley.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they just played into the numbers. They just wanted everything to be 33-3. I mean, you got to think, not just in terms of winning this game for NESCAC purposes, but this is a team that we saw how well they did last year. Got themselves a Super Regional here at Spicer. Went pretty far. They're looking to do a little bit better this year, and the biggest step in that would be to put yourself in a position in that top 8 where you're getting a Super Regional at home. And because, as we've seen, this is a very tough place to win away games.
Yeah, and I mean, it's because this Jumbo's team is just so well-rounded, Riley. I mean, you have 3 pitchers, Sky Johnson, Sophia DeCoco, and Emily Doty, who have been lights out. They all possess, sub 1.5 ERAs, sub 1 whips. The lineup, no hitter, no regular hitters hitting below 300. I mean, they don't have a weak element. And as this game gets going, I mean, the Jumbos just got to play what they've been doing all year, which is basically just winning every facet of the game.
Yeah, I mean, Sky Johnson, last time she was here on JumboCast, threw a no-hitter. So she can deal as she faced off against Lily Armstrong. That went in there for strike 1. Armstrong on the season, 352 for the Bulldogs. Now we're a little bit off speed. Swung and missed for strike 2.
And Riley Johnson is yet to be defeated on the season. She's 10-0. I mean, it's a remarkable where you can go out there and you can say, look, I mean, every time she throws the ball, you're going to win. I mean, it's just a huge confidence booster no matter when and where you're playing.
Yeah, it really is. And there's a strikeout to start the game as she had Armstrong gasping at straws for that one.
Yeah, you can't chalk it up any better than that. Heater right down the middle, elevated heater with the swing and miss, off speed, making Armstrong look a little foolish on that swing and miss. 3 strikes, 1 out, and a perfect way to start this game.
The sophomore J.K. Bradley will step in for the Polar Bears. She hit 286 on the air.
She's not known for her power. She has 36 hits on the season, only 5 for extra bases. Very much a contact hitter.
Johnson misses that one a little bit high. You can see the Jumbos almost seem as if they know she's a contact hitter. You can see Russo and Rachel Moore in, almost as if they're expecting a possible bunt here. 2-0. Popped up and caught by Josie Steinberg for the second out. 2 down quickly for Johnson.
Yep, no surprise. Johnson has 2 up and 2 down, of course, but now here comes the biggest challenge in this Bears lineup, and that's Angelina Mayers. She's been unbelievable this season yet again, hitting .434. She's 14 home runs on the season, Riley.
Yeah, if NESCAC Player of the Year isn't going to a Jumbo, it's going to go to Myers. See what Johnson does to her. That one, off-speed pitch that gets the outside corner for strike 1.
Love to see that. Got to get ahead of these good hitters and throw them off speed, which they're probably not expecting pitch 1. A little more room to work with now that you're up in the count.
That one had a good amount of velocity, just couldn't quite find the outside corner.
Would not surprise me at all to see some to keep that those pitches to the outside. We've seen 2 in a row now with the off speed on the outside and the heater outside. Miss there. You're okay with that miss though. You'd rather miss outside than in.
That one, good pitch at the bottom of the zone, foul back for strike 2.
Good job for her.
Now, we saw in her last couple outings, Johnson really good at getting out to Dawn. Then the biggest strikeout machine. See if she can put Myers away here. 1-2 is swung on and missed for strike 3. And a 1-2-3 for Sky Johnson. And we will be back.
Three up,
Jumbos
three down
come
at the
hit.
top of the first for Bowdoin. 2 up for the Jumbos, Jimenez, Sternberg, and Ferrucci. Ladies and gentlemen, the NCAA, NESCAC, and Tufts promote good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. profanity, racial, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating actions directed at officials, student athletes, coaches, or team representatives will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Thank you.
Welcome back here. We understand we're having some scoreboard technical difficulties. We'll make sure to keep you updated on the count, and I'll turn it back over to Riley for the play-by-play.
Yeah, Anna Holiday on the mound for the Polar Bears here. She has some history on this field. Scott, why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, last season, for those who remember, we was a marathon 10-inning game between the two teams last season. And then Holiday went what the equivalent of a complete game was. She went 9 2/3. She gave up 17 hits, 6 earned runs, took the loss, but she was a real trooper out there, and effectively willing the Bears to stay in that game. And we'll see what happens this says. We had a good first swing. That's a fair ball right down the line.
And Jimenez is going to run and going to get held at second with a leadoff double, as she just keeps doing what she's been doing all year, and that's put the ball in play and get on base.
Yeah, I mean, it helps when your leadoff hitter is so talented as she is. Jimenez now, that's hitting .429 on the season. I mean, when you have a leadoff hitter hitting .429, that's just really, really dangerous. And again, also not necessarily known for her power. It's only her 7th double of the season, 43rd hit, but it was a great swing. Right down that line, easy double, no chance for anyone to go grab that.
This brings up Josie Steinberg, who turns and sends that one deep towards center field, and that one's off the back of the wall. Jimenez is going to score. Steinberg's going to go for third, and she is going to get in there. A RBI triple for Josie Steinberg, and the Jumbos take a 1-0 lead.
Jumbos are picking off right where they left off at the last season when they walked it off in the 10th inning, getting a couple runs here and 2 great swings. I mean, that was tattooed straight away center field. Must have been 218, 219 out there right off the wall. Couple more feet, and we are talking about a 2-0 game, but nevertheless, I mean, already you have a meeting on the mound because the Jumbos so far have Halliday's number. That was just a great swing right off the bat.
I mean, you have a meeting on the mound because look who's coming up. It's Caitlin Perucci, and good things happen for the Jumbos when she comes to bat. 378 on the year, including 4 home runs, 35 RBIs, tied for the team lead.
Right fielder number 17, Caitlin Perucci.
And one just thing about this stacked Jumbos lineup is there's no relief. I mean, usually you can see a good swing there.
Deep to center. Myers backing up, but that one's off the wall again. Perucci's going to turn and stop at second, and another RBI double makes it 2-0.
Yeah, we see the wind blowing out there straightaway center field. It clearly looked like that caught the wind. Now, obviously, could there have been a better read out there? Probably. I'm not sure if she would have been able to get there either way, as that was another one that was about 3 feet away from getting out. Something to keep an eye on, though. If you can see on camera, the wind is, it's not that strong, but it is blowing straight away center. And that helped Perucci there get a lift on that ball.
Rachel Moore, the Jumbo's leading hitter, now steps up, hitting a ridiculous .461 on the air. And turns and lines that one into center field. Myers tracks that one correctly for out number 1. As that one once again seemed to just get another lift from the wind and was about 10 feet short of going out.
Yeah, Myers, she barely had to move, but even at the end, like you said, she over the head, wasn't so sure with it. The wind is clearly wreaking havoc right now. And also, it helps that the Jumbos are making such solid contact. These aren't fly balls that are hanging up for very long. They're more of line drives. They're coming off the bat real fast. You don't have that much time to react.
Michelle Edelman now steps in. Takes that one in there for strike 1.
And one thing to note, the Jumbos have been very aggressive. No one's seen more than one pitch before they put the ball on the bat. I think it's partly because they know Holiday has it in her. to go very far in games, as we see a foul ball there, based on last year. So there's no point in necessarily waiting around trying to draw her out, because the Bears showed last year they're willing to ride her the entire game. So you might as well swing early and put good swings on it. That's the way you get her out of the game. That's what the Jumbos have done so far.
Yeah, I mean, the Jumbo's not really known for being patient at bat. When they see a pitch, they hit it. As Edelman lets that one go for ball 1. That one inside. Runner is going, and she is into third safely, is Perucci.
That's a great read by Perucci. I mean, usually you urge caution with that, especially when it bounces off the catcher within 5-10 feet on the third base line. But the catcher was on her knees. Perucci saw that she wasn't able to get up, got a great read on it.
That one just outside. Count is now full on Edelman. And really, Perucci being on third base changes Edelman's approach here, as now she can really look to just drive one with some sort of power to the outfield. Nobody will drive a run in. She does there, but can't keep it fair. And really, this is a big at-bat for Holiday. If she can get an out here, she can look to get out of this inning without too much damage. As a really good read there from Edelman, as that one was dropping in for what would have been a called strike 3, and she gets her hands around at the last second to knock that one foul.
And the Jumbos really don't strike out that much. Only 89 strikeouts on the season and 72 walks. I mean, you're talking very nearly a 1-to-1 ratio.
That one foul back as Edelman just refusing to give in here.
And it's because of at-bats like that, because the Jumbos time and time again are just so good at making contact. That's how you sport such a high average. But it also carries over into the way you carry yourself within at-bats. You know, if you're good at making contact, you're going to foul balls off like we've seen the last 3 foul balls. And it's much harder to strike you out then. And then if you have to get outs in contact in the air.
Coach Lauren Epstein coming out for a discussion with the umpire. I think she might be asking about catcher's interference. I didn't see anything.
Well, yeah, the umpire is writing something down, it looks like, or referring to something. Whether that's a rule book or a lineup card, I can't tell.
And in the end, we're going to stick with things as they are. And a third full count pitch from Holiday will be coming to Edelman. That one is fouled off again.
Oh, watch out.
Edelman
Whoa,
oh my God.
Man, that just missed a small child over there.
That could have been really, really bad.
Glad that everyone looks to be okay. Little off, little unsettled over there in the fence.
That one is high. A great walk drawn by Edelman.
Yeah, again, we said the Jumbos, again, aren't all that patient, but look, you know, wait till you see your pitch. If you don't see one, take it. One out, like you said, you know, be patient. And that's a really good eye. That's a tempting pitch. It wasn't all that high. It was clearly high, more like, you know, above the letters towards the neck area. But that's the thing, you know, most hitters want to drive. It's great patience by Edelman, knowing, you know, it's the first inning. We don't need big swings yet, especially you have great hitters behind you.
Hey, the linebacker shows bunt, didn't throw down to second. They got Edelman hung up. Edelman's going to get in a rundown. Run scores. Edelman trying to make it back, and they get her.
Yeah, she's out.
But a good delayed steal from the Jumbos allows Perucci to score backdoor, and it's 3-0.
Yeah, clearly a design. Edelman stops right halfway there. I'm not sure if that was the intent or not, but the Bears made no effort. And I think it is the right move. They made no effort to get the out at home. They want to get the sure thing.
I mean, that's the real difference between softball and baseball. With the shorter bases in softball, you really can't make that throw from second base and try and get the runner at home if it's a set play like that and the runner's going on the throw.
Right, absolutely. You know, it's a choice you have to make. If the catcher's throwing through, you're basically, you know, giving the run allowed. And I think, again, I think that's the right move at this case, given it's the first inning. You're not, you know, you got to get out of this. You got to let Holiday reset, let her settle down. It's not worth trying to make a miraculous play at home when you have a sure out. And there's
another nice piece of hitting there, Nicole Russo. The 5th Jumbo to get a hit in this inning. And that'll bring up Emma Jacobson with 2 on and 2 out.
I mean, the 3 looks really nice up there, but the jump, one swing here, and you could really be talking about a short game.
Yeah, you could. That one a little bit low for ball 1.
Trying to start the off speed there, keep Jacobson off her on her heels. Not a bad idea. You would have liked to see it as a strike, though, because you fall behind a good hitter, 1-0.
That one just clips the outside corner for strike 1. The 1-1 is fouled back, and now, for the first time in a while, Holiday has a batter with 2 strikes and can look for the punch out.
Yeah, Edelman's been the only one who's gone to 2 strikes, and then that ended up being a walk.
That one just misses.
Ooh, little low and out, not by much.
Looked as if some of the Bowdoin infielders thought that was strike 3. The 2-2 is lined to the second basewoman. She will fire onto first, and Bowdoin gets out of it, but not before the Jumbos put up a 3 spot. We go to the second. Jumbos leading 3-0. Welcome back here to Spicer. Sky Johnson settling back into the circle for the top of the second with a 3-run lead here. Scott, how much does knowing you have 3 runs behind you change your approach as a pitcher?
You know, normally I'd say it would change it a lot as we see the first pitch here. For a foul. But I think Tufts is a bit of a unique situation in which I think you, as a pitcher, especially given Sky Johnson, you know, she's undefeated. She knows, she's been here multiple years, she knows this team can go out and get her unlimited runs most games. So honestly, I don't know if it changes that much. I think the mentality is always for Sky Johnson, go out there and throw strikes. You know, go out there and mow hitters down, you make a mistake pitch, so be it. Because you know your offense is going to back you up. You know, and most teams can't say that. So I think it changes a little bit because now you can look up at the scoreboard and say, oh, that's 100% true today. I know my offense is going to do that. But I think most days in and most days out, Sky Johnson has that same confidence because this Jumbos lineup is just so potent.
Yeah, it has been phenomenal in the year. She's ahead 0-2 here on Ducart. Try to get her to chase. Ducart lays off that one.
Right, like that's, for example, that's Sky Johnson's 3rd ball of the entire game, right? She clearly is going out there and saying, you know, I'm not going to, you know, dance around hitters. Maybe Mayer is the exception. Everyone else, you know, throw strikes, right? Because you believe in your stuff. It's worked all game, and you believe in your team back behind you.
The 1-2 there is lined into left field and gets in front of Yusuf Polsky for a hit. A nice piece there from Ducart.
Yeah, real good 2 strikes hitting, not trying to do too much, you know. Wasn't the best contact, but, you know, it's a good placement, solid piece, and, you know, you're not going to get all 3 runs back immediately, especially off Sky Johnson. You got to string some hits together, and a leadoff runner never hurts. Now, one thing is Ducart is not particularly potent at stealing bases. Memory serves, she's only 1 for 1 on the season. I mean, wouldn't shock me to see a try here, given you're already down 3-0, but would be a little surprising nonetheless.
Sydney Lang steps in here for the Polar Bears.
Ooh,
and
that hit her.
That did hit her.
Yeah, grazed the shirt or the knee.
And I mean, that's a way to get runners on. Forced mistakes from Sky Johnson. That's the first real one she's made today. And all of a sudden, the Polar Bears have 2 runners on with nobody out.
Yeah, that's definitely. I'd agree. I think that's the first mistake. You know, even the hit she gave up, you can say, okay, you know, it was a strike, so what she caught up to it. That one you don't want to miss like that on the first pitch.
Biasotti now has a chance too with 1 swing. Now she could actually tie the game with 1 swing, as that one clips the outside corner for strike 1. The 0-1 is swung on and missed. A nice off-speed pitch there from Johnson.
Yeah, Biasotti is not known for her power. She's hitting 250 on the season and limited at-bats. She only has 8 hits on the season, 1 for extra bases. You can absolutely challenge her. Go up high, especially because you don't feel you don't have that same risk that she's going to be able to drive the ball. Right idea. Yep.
That is a nice off-speed pitch there from Johnson. 1 down.
Again, just a beautiful sequence right there. Start off with the same thing we saw to start the first inning. Start with the called strike on the outside corner. Elevate, swinging strike, off speed, swinging strike. That's Sky Johnson's best sequence.
Shea Sullivan now stepping in for the Polar Bears. Only hitting 202 on the air, so someone that Johnson would really like to go after. The 1-0 is swung on and missed for strike 1. Really nice pitch there from Johnson. The 1-1 just a little low, 4-2. And obviously, Sky Johnson just like really solid mentally. And it's crazy to think how much of an asset it is when she is the 3rd pitcher in your rotation.
Exactly. I mean, when you have, let's see if we get, oh, yes, got that one there on the corner. Exactly like you said, Riley. I mean, the Jumbo's right, and especially because, you know, if you're only playing 2 games on a given day, it means you have that 3rd pitcher you can bring in at any given notice, right? So what Jumbos did during the Wednesday games where Dottie came in and relief for Johnson, that wasn't really necessary. That's just the Jumbos were up by so much, no need to, you know, get everyone some reps. But same logic holds true. But that's a good take right there, because by Shea Sullivan, because that's a tough pitch to lay off.
Yeah, now a full count. We'll see what Johnson comes back with here. She's liked that off speed, has 2 of her 3 strikeouts on the off speed so far today. We'll see if she goes back to it.
Interested to see if the runners take off. I don't think they will. Yeah.
Fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, 2 down.
And that's part of the reason, again, like you mentioned, Scott Johnson, not necessarily known as a, you know, high strikeout pitcher, but, you know, you're also talking about the bottom of the lineup that has struggled to make contact. And I think that's a key. You wouldn't send the runners there with 1 out, because especially when you have pretty opponent Emily Jacobson behind home plate.
Now she's up against Dent.
That's out.
That one is outside for ball 1. Dent, the 8 hitter in this Bowdoin lineup, only hitting 139 on the air.
Yeah, again, that's just, you know, if you talk about key differences between these 2 teams, you know, all 8, 9 Jumbo regulars hit above 300. There's no one hitting in the 2s, let alone now we're talking 1s, right?
Yeah, I mean, and you want to go to why. I mean, pitch selection there. That was ball 2 that Dent just turned on and sent into the houses across the street.
Yeah, it looks like it hit something based on fan reaction. A lot of people looking over there.
Might have hit a car.
That's very possible.
I mean, this isn't Gittleman, but that's still a definite possibility.
Oh, that's a
flared. And what a play by Steinberg!
Oh,
I would love to get a look at that one again.
That was definitely bang bang.
But the fact that Josie Steinberg was even able to make a play on that is incredible. That was a flare to the second base side of the second base bag. Steinberg got over, got the ball, prevented it from rolling into shallow center, which would have scored the run, and almost got the out.
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird one, admittedly. But like you said, I mean, first and foremost, I mean, credit where credit is due. That's absolutely a great play by Josie Steinberg. If she doesn't get there and cut it off, we're talking about a 3-1 game. Call was bang bang. I think, you know, my gut instinct was out, but I think it was really hard to tell. Doesn't change anything though. You know, no runs have come in. Still 2 outs. Make your pitches. You just need a single out. Yeah. You know, odds that soft of a contact lands again, very, very low. You know, that's not a mistake by any means. That's just unlucky. You assume, you gotta hope you don't get unlucky twice in a row.
Kyla Gary now steps in. She's hitting 300, and judging from that, looks as if she is a almost Ichiro-esque hitter, and that she likes to slap the ball and try and beat it out running from that lefty batter's box.
Yeah, you can see how far in, especially third baseman is, right, standing at least 6, 7, 8 feet in front of third base. You know, with 2 outs, you normally don't see that, but it's exactly like you said. You know, they want to take away anything short, especially because you have a force at home. So you can feel the ball running in and throw it at home.
Absolutely. That one fouled directly back, and now Johnson 1 strike away.
And also, Riley, look how far, if you can tell on camera, look how close the the outfielders are, right? I mean, it's there. I mean, center field especially. I mean, she could get to a ball in the infield if she ran straight towards it.
She really could, and you wouldn't bet against her, as that one is fouled out of play, and we'll do the 2-2 over again. And really, with someone like Gary, who is really a contact hitter, you'd think Johnson might look to go fastball here, just blow it by her.
Absolutely. I absolutely would. I mean, that's, you know, again, given that she's not going to drive it, given there's so little space in front of the outfielders, I think you got to go fastball. She doesn't.
Off speed,
well,
strike 3, and Johnson gets out of the bases loaded inning. They load the bases, do the Polar Bears, and come away with 0. We go to the middle of the second, still 3-0 Jumbos. Welcome back here to Spicer Fields. Kat Yusufpolsky, the 9-hitter, the star senior left fielder, stepping in to the box here. The last Jumbo to get her first at-bat of the day. A crazy thing to say leading off the second.
Yeah, and another, again, a crazy thing is there will not be a Jumbo who's going to bat, is again hitting below 300.
Yusufpolsky grounds that one to second base, 1 down. Good solid piece of contact there, just couldn't get enough behind it. And that'll bring up Jimenez, who started the Jumbos rally in the first with that hard hit line drive down the left field line for a double.
Rocking the Baby Shark remix, as always. My favorite walk-up song.
That one inside.
Oh.
Called for a strike.
That looks inside to me.
It is, but at the same time, you've kind of seen this umpire been really consistent with things that are lower in the zone, that are close to the corners, are getting the call right now.
Yeah, absolutely. Whoa, that was inside. Yeah, usually what you see, and this is true for a lot of umpires, and I don't think this has been the case, is you get the outside, but the off the plate, the equivalent inside you don't give them. But you're right. Here, I think it's been very consistent, lefty or righty. You know, there's an established zone, and you know, everyone's got to adjust.
Absolutely. The 1-1 to Jimenez is grounded to the shortstop, and there's no way you're going to get her on that play.
Yeah, just good placement. Not the hardest hit ball, and that actually works in her favor. You know, no errors over there. It's a really good play, but Jimenez is too fast for that. You're just not going to get her, and she'll take first base yet again. Well, I shouldn't say yet again. She had a double the first time around, but again on for the second time.
Cycle watch, question mark? Josie Steinberg steps in here. She is 1 for 1 on the day. Drove in Jimenez with a triple last time up.
Well, came back a little in the inside corner. Good pitch right there.
The 0-1 is low for ball 1. We'll see what Steinberg can do here. Be interested to see if they send Jimenez.
I was about to say 6 for 6 on the season, but yeah, I'd be interested too. Maybe in a hitter's count as well. We're talking 2-1, 3-1. You know, perfect time. And again, Steinberg's, I mean, you know, 4 out of every time, 4.5 out of every 10 times, she's going to get on base. Odds are pretty good there.
Steinberg, one of those seniors who will be coming back next year. That one high for ball 3. And now you really wonder if Jimenez is going here. That one is high, ball 4.
I'll take it.
And the Jumbos have 2 on for Barucci.
You know, it's kind of that tough question. You don't want to be heading out free passes at the same time when you have so many dangerous hitters. You know, you're in some aspects avoiding worse damage, but the problem is there's no relief, you know, especially when you're only facing the number 2 hitter. I mean, there's no one you look down up and down this lineup that you're confident you can get out in, and so that's the problem with those free passes.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a testament to just the way Coach Epstein has done recruiting, bringing players in and getting them adjusted in SCAC pitching immediately. As Perucci takes that one up the middle, and that is going to be an infield hit. Good hustle there from Josie Steinberg, getting to second base before the throw, and that'll load the bases for Rachel Moore.
Yeah, I mean, again, not the hardest piece of contact by any means, and it's a good play out there at second base. But, yeah, not able to put it, you know, feel that the reception of that throw was not clean. I'm not sure they would have had out either way. It was probably destined to be an infield single. And I mean, look how what have we had? We had 2 infield singles and a walk. Ball has not left the infield yet this inning, and now you have bases loaded, 1 out for one of the most potent hitters in the entire NESCAC in Rachel Moore.
Yeah, already has 1 grand slam on the year, looking to get a second. The pitch is hit well to center field. Myers is under it. Jimenez is tagging up and is going to stop as that one had a lot of velocity on it. A really nice play by Angelina Myers out in center field. Yeah,
interesting that they didn't send her, to be honest. You know, obviously hindsight's 20/20. She would have been safe with the throw up the line. At the same time, we know Myers has a cannon. I mean, we know she's pretty strong. You know, just watching her at the plate. So it's not, I understand the decision. And again, you never want to make, you know, an out at home, especially when you have people like Michelle Edelman coming up.
Biasotti gets set here to deal this one to Edelman. That one is in there for a strike. That is a huge at-bat in the terms of this game. If Bowdoin can get out of this here, it'll only be a 3-run game, but a hit here, and we're talking...
That's up.
Talking number of runs to the mercy. very quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. Jumbos faced their own bases loaded situation. They got out of it. Can you keep up? That's the question for the Bears that they're going to answer in the next couple pitches.
That one is hit well to right field, back on that, and caught by the right fielder. And that will end the second. Just like the Jumbos did, Bowdoin loads the bases and is able to keep the Jumbos off the board. We go to the third, 3-0 Jumbos. Friday night. Welcome back here. 3-0 Jumbos. The top of the Bowdoin order coming up here in the third. That'll be Armstrong to lead it off. 0 for 1 on the day, struck out first time up.
There we go.
One of 5 Bowdoin hitters to have been struck out in the first 2 innings. Johnson's 0-1 is fouled out of play, and she's quickly ahead 0-2 here.
Yeah, Johnson, like we said, averaging about just a tad over 1 strikeout per inning. But yeah, like you mentioned, 5 so far. And it really helps when you're scattering hits and walks around, getting those strikeouts. Because like you said, hitters are going up there, especially when you have runners in scoring position, looking for contact. They're not looking to drive the ball to the wall necessarily. They want to get a ground ball to a hole. They want to get a fly ball deep enough to get someone in. When you're striking that many people out, now it's a different, you're almost in the hitter's head, that they might not get contact. They have to really think about it.
That one just misses the outside corner. Johnson wanted it.
Might have been a little high. Like you mentioned, Riley, I think he's preferring those low strikes. That was towards the letters. I'm guessing not so. I mean, maybe it was outside, but I'm guessing it was a little lower, that we might be talking strike 3 and out 1.
The 2-2 is fouled out of play, and we'll do it over again. The 2-2 is grounded to Jimenez. She will fire on it first for out number 1.
Easy enough. Good start right there for the Jumbos in this inning.
Yeah, I mean, the way Jimenez made that play, it's sometimes hard to remember that until this year, she didn't really play defensively. She was almost exclusively a DP. Such a good hitter that Coach Epstein said, we got to find a place for you defensively. They found one at second base, and she's been really good there.
Right, we already saw it earlier today on that bang-bang play at second where she made that diving play and almost got the out. She's looked great out there.
J.K. Bradley stepping back in here for her second at-bat. The only Bowdoin hitter in the first 2 innings to get retired not via strikeout, as she grounded out first time up. That one is fouled way out of play. 1-1 now. Johnson's 1-1. He swung on and missed as she took a lot off that one.
Johnson's just, I mean, the off speed's really been outstanding. You know, everything tailing away from the hitter, pretty much exclusively to the right-handers, and it's been outstanding. No one has made any solid contact at all so far today.
1-2. Johnson set. And that one is fouled back. Caught off the netting by Jacobson. Johnson gets the pitch. The 1-2 is lined into center field. That one's going to get down for a single. Nice piece of hitting there from Bradley.
Yeah, that was, I mean, we've seen other contact before so far, but that was definitely the best contact so far. There's a screamer off the bat. Jumbos are honestly a bit lucky to go a little further. We're talking about a double. But yeah, great piece of hitting by Bradley, especially down 2 strikes.
Angelina Mayers now stepping up with a runner on, and that's not something you really want to see if you're a Jumbos fan.
No, this is one of the situations where you should be very, very careful. There's no reason not to.
That one swung on and missed, as she looked like she was trying to cut it to a 1-run game with one swing there.
Absolutely, and that's what we talk about being careful. Keep it down, keep it away. That's exactly what you want to do, and it's just an added benefit that it wasn't a strike, and you'll get the swing anyways.
The 0-1 to Myers is grounded to Steinberg. On to Jimenez. Throw to first is way late. So a fielder's choice there, 2 down.
Another good pitch, off speed, but it ended up really low. And so even though you get a swing, you get contacted straight into the ground, you'll take that out right there. Sure, do you want to double play? Yes, but to retire Myers without any new damage done, absolutely a win.
Without a doubt, without a doubt. This will bring up the catcher, Katrina Dukart, who started that second inning rally that ended up being fruitless for the Polar Bears. And she's just going to flare that one. Rachel Moore's going to catch it despite the fact Steinberg called her off. And we go to the middle of the third. Jumbo still leading 3-0. Welcome back here to Sean Spicer Field. Bottom of the third, Haley Lineback stepping up for her second at-bat on the day. And it'll be interesting here. This is a big inning in terms of the course of not just this game, but really this doubleheader. If the Jumbos can get a couple runs here, you got to think Coach Epstein would look for them to push, try and put this one away quickly, get to the Mercy, and then get to game 2. But if Bowdoin can keep another scoreless inning or two here, this one will go the distance, as that one is grounded off the end of the bat to the second basewoman for out number 1. And now stepping in will be the grad student, Nicole Russo, who is one of 3 jumbos who is playing in her last day of regular season games here at Spicer.
Yeah, and if the only jumbo who's in their 5th year, you know, jumbos will have a bunch next year, but the only one this year, see if she can put any damage again. Yeah, last regular season doubleheader. And there you go.
I don't think she's quite ready to go just yet, as that one was rocketed between the shortstop and third basewoman for a hit.
Very similar swing to her first at-bat, where she got on base.
That'll bring up Emma Jacobson. Jacobson 0 for 1 on the day. And she
Gonna
grounds
be a
that
tough
one,
play.
and that should be a hit.
Yeah, I don't think, you know, maybe a chance at second, but not, I didn't think so. Not from the naked eye, at least. I would give that a hit as well. It was, you know, it's very similar, and it wasn't as hard hit as Russo's, and so that's why there was a chance to get to it in there in the hole, but it's very similar placement.
And it will be a hit, and it looks as if Coach
Special
Epstein
pinch runner?
might be making a pinch runner.
Yeah.
It'll be Maddie Sewell, the freshman outfielder, who's going to run for Jacobson.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. Pinch running at first base for the jumbo.
And that is one of the differences with softball. Obviously, you can pinch run for a player and then have them come back
Right.
in the game. And, I mean, with someone like Jacobson, who has such a tough day anyway, having to catch probably both of these games, you don't really need her to base run when you have people like Maddie Sewell who can fly around the bases.
Right, and we can confirm that was given as a hit.
Yusuf Polsky drops a perfect bunt. And a great play there by the third basewoman, Kira Dent, to get the out. But Yusuf Polsky does her job and then some. And 2 in scoring position for Jimenez.
That was an outstanding bunt. I mean, just because they were completely ready for it, and even then Yusuf Polsky was out by half a step. Perfect job. You know, you don't always see one-out bunts, but when you have Jimenez, when you have Steinberg, you're top of the lineup. I mean, it's absolutely, you know, a right choice.
That one taken on the outside for a strike by Jimenez.
And like you were saying, this is absolutely an opportunity for the Jumbos to really open up some space. You know, 3 is something where, you know, it's a couple hits and all of a sudden you're talking about tying runner at the plate versus, you know, 4, 5, 6. Now we're talking, okay, a lot of breathing room. Whoa. That
one did not come out of the hand of Biasotti, right?
No, you could tell very much that was not. That had no chance on that off speed.
Kind of looked like a Trey Young like finger roll as it left her fingers. That one is flared down the right field line. That'll score 1. They are sending the runner, and that will be a 2-run single for Jimenez to make it 5-0.
Perfect job by Jimenez. You know, Jimenez has gone everywhere so far. We saw an infield single. We saw a single right down the right field line just there. We now see one. We saw one earlier right down the left field line. Just speaks to the, you know, how great of a hitter Jimenez is. She can put the ball in play anywhere, get base, you know, singles, doubles right off it, and now we have finally seen that lead open up to 5.
Yeah, 3 hits in 3 innings for Jimenez, so a good start to the day for her. And for those of you who are used to us taking a break between innings, make sure to stay tuned because between these 2 innings, we will give you a couple score updates from around Medford, both from Bellow Field and from Saul Goodman Park, as it is a very busy day on the campus of Tufts University.
It is. It is. Have people legally parking left and right to find a spot here, which is always a good thing. It means Tufts Jumbos are successful on the field, and people are here to watch them.
That one has some distance to right center. Meyer is over to track it for out number 3, but the Jumbos add 2 more, lead 5-0 as we head to the 4th. And as I mentioned, it is time to take a look at the scoreboard. Scott, which do you want first? You want baseball or you want lacrosse first?
Well, give me lacrosse.
Lacrosse, 3.5 to go in the NESCAC semifinal. It was 15-13 Jumbos over Amherst about 2 minutes ago. It is now 18-13 as the Jumbos finally putting the hammer down and look set to return to the NASCAR title game. And it's a good thing you made me do that first because I have a more refreshed update from Saul Goodman Park that after going down 6-0 in the top of the first, bottom 5, Jumbos lead the Mammoths 8-6.
Pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. And good to see. So far, so good for the Jumbos on this busy day. Like you mentioned, even after this, both baseball and softball have another game to go. But man, a 5-0 game day would look pretty nice for Tufts.
Yeah, I mean, not only that, Chance Women's Lacrosse plays on the road at 3 o'clock. 6-0 day would be quite nice.
True.
And stepping in here will be will not be the pitcher, excuse me. It'll be Sydney Lang, the sophomore from Chapel Hill. First time up, she struck out. That one is lined directly to Rachel Moore for out number 1.
Great pitch right there by Sky Johnson. You wouldn't necessarily be able to tell as where the ball ended up, but that was off the plate outside. And the reason that's where the ball goes is, if you're not ready for it, you're not able to put a good swing on it, you're just going to softly line it up if you're trying to pull it. Sky Johnson lives on the outside corner. You can't try to pull, especially early in the count, because she loves to start off hitters with an outside strike or something off speed on the outside corner.
That one is in there for strike 1 to the pitcher, Biasotti, who is now pitching. So we will get you the update on how the lineup was changed. Looks as if they're just going to get rid of the DP. So Holiday's Day is done. That one is grounded weakly foul, and Johnson's ahead 0-2.
Another pitch, another outside pitch. Johnson switched it up a bit this time. She started off inside. Okay, great. Get the hitter thinking inside. Then you go outside. Hitter still, the last pitch she saw was on the inner half, and so she's thinking pull, and you get that weak contact right there. It goes foul, but it's a good sign nonetheless.
It's a really good sign. And now Johnson can look for K number 6. That one just a little too high. Biasotti lays off it. Johnson's 1-2 is fouled off the tip of the bat and out of play. Good 2-strike hitting from Biasotti. Johnson's second 1-2 is swung on and missed for strikeout number 6.
No chance right there. Just blew it right by her. Elevate, easy. It's a tried and true recipe for Johnson this game. Just mix it up with some sort of strike on the outside, then the elevation. It's been a winning recipe so far.
Shea Sullivan now steps in. She is 0 for 1 on today. That one looked like it was about to hit her, and then she swung at it, fouled it off.
Oh, yeah, that was definitely going to be inside. Impressive that she was able to make contact. But again, second batter in a row now that Johnson's changed it up a bit and started off with what intended to be some sort of inside strike or inside pitch. And whether it was a called strike, whether it was a foul, it's worked both times so far.
Yeah, and that's the second time Sullivan has swung on a pitch that was going to hit her today.
Oh, give me that. Oh, yeah, good pitch right there. Might have been a little off if we're looking at it honestly, but again, the way the strike zone's been, that's a strike today, and that's a great pitch by Johnson.
Johnson looking to get another 1-2-3 inning here. Settles on a pitch. And the 0-2, just a little high.
Yeah, tried the elevate there. Not a bad pitch at all. Good miss.
That one is lined up the middle. Steinberg dives, makes the play, fires.
No, she's safe.
Just late.
What? What a play. I mean, she was safe, no doubt about it. Unbelievable play. That looked like it had no chance. And even to make, I mean, to get that much velocity on the throw, to make it a competitive play over there, wow. Great play out there. And unfortunate that it won't get rewarded on the score sheet as a putout, but still, you know, something to keep an eye on. It's just, wow, great play.
That'll bring Dent up for her second at-bat of the day. First time up, she got a hit. It's part of that two-out rally in the second that eventually was put away by Johnson.
Good pitch right there. Again, a little inside, but consistently being called a strike.
Johnson's 0-1, outside. The 1-1. Inside, getting out of the way of that one was Dent. And I think Sky Johnson's day probably depends on how this fourth goes in terms of finishing it out and then how the Jumbos do offensively.
Yeah, I mean, it absolutely, I think, depends on, especially, you know, what do you want to do as far as rotating pitchers? Do you know, are you of the mindset that you want to get everyone some work on the last day of the regular season? That's probably what I would think, and so I don't even know if they might have even planned from the beginning, more similar to what they did on Wednesday to get Dottie in for the last couple innings, you know, or they say, you know what, you know, let them ride, don't, you know, if things are working. We'll see. But you're right. I think, you know, if Wednesday was any indication, 4 innings seems like it might be a magic number as far as making some sort of substitution, not because of, you know, output, but just because of, you know, getting everyone in a little bit.
Yeah, I think it also would depend. I mean, if it's 8-0 going to the top of the fifth, you probably leave Johnson out there, let her finish it out. But if it looks like it's going to go 7, as Johnson's full count pitch
that's right,
is strike 3, and Dent knew it. That's strikeout number 7 for Sky Johnson, and we go to the bottom of the fourth. Jumbo's up 5-0. Welcome back here to Spicer. Caitlin Perucci, the stud freshman, looking to get a rally going here as the Jumbos. The magic number right now, Scott, it's got to be 3, right?
You would think so. I mean, there's no, you know, I don't think anyone's ever complained about, you know, winning a game via mercy. So 3 does seem like it would be a pretty nice number to put up on there. Have the heart of the lineup running right through here, so definitely an opportunity to do so.
That one is in there for strike 1 to Perucci. Biassotti's 1-1. Off-speed pitch didn't quite make it to the plate. That's ball 2.
Yeah, off-speed hasn't been quite there so far. I mean, we saw it last inning as well, where, you know, she one that missed really high. You could tell from the moment it was released that it was off-speed and missing way too high. Second time in a row now.
Umpire's now saying something. Unclear what the message is.
I'm guessing something about her release. I can't tell.
And now the Amherst coach, or the Bowdoin coach, excuse me, Ryan Sullivan, wants to know what the message was. Everyone seems a little bit confused here. While we take this break, we can confirm from Bellow Field the Jumbos have finished that one off. They finish off the Mammoths 20-13 and advance to tomorrow's championship game. And it looks as if they gave an automatic ball. Count is now 3-1.
Yeah, you're right.
And now Perucci can really look for her pitch, and she gets it.
That's a
lines
row.
that into the gap. That'll get down, and Perucci's going to find herself on second base.
Yeah, you're right. It's hard to tell whether the 3-1 makes that much of a difference, but I mean, look, she got a pitch to hit right there and turn on it. It's now the third time that she's hit that ball straight to the gap.
Now batting for Jumbos, number 20, Rachel Moore.
Rachel Moore will step in. She's 0 for 2 on the day, which is kind of a rarity for her. That one in at the knees for a strike.
Yeah, she's had 2 flyouts. It feels like she's just gone under the ball both times, both to center field. Not that she's making poor contact. That would be a bit unusual. Let's see if she can, again, another, sorry to interrupt my own thought, but another off speed that really didn't do much right there. It was, it was just a non-competitive pitch. That's a killer because you can't mix that in if, 4 out of every 5, 3 out of every 4, aren't making any difference out there.
That one was a strike, fouled out of play by Moore. And Biassotti's ahead 1-2 here. The 1-2 is lined into center field. That'll get down. Coming around is Perucci, and it's 6-0 Jumbos.
Yeah, like you said, Riley, we kind of just waiting for her to make really solid contact, and that was a screamer right up the middle. Almost hit Perucci on the way by, and a great swing nonetheless. Outfielders were playing pretty deep, and they still are. No chance to get the runner at home. Jumbos go up 6-0. Still no outs, and 2 really good swings so far this inning.
Yeah, that'll bring up Michelle Edelman, 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. And Edelman would represent the mercy run if whoever the Jumbos pitch in the 5th were to be able to get a scoreless 5th. That one fouled out of play.
Solid contact just behind it there. We saw it earlier as well, fly out to right field for Edelman. It was pretty well hit, just wasn't able to get enough power on it. But again, another one like Rachel Moore where you feel confident that she's just a small judgment away.
Runner is going, throw is on time, and she is safe.
Yeah, that was interesting. It was a good pitch to run on because it was off speed. But like we've said again, it was an off speed pitch that really didn't do all that much. It kind of hung up there, and it was actually an easy throw to be made. But a great slide right there, a bang play. But I think she got the foot in. I agree with the call.
Yeah, really good base running there from Moore. And Edelman fouls that one back. Down 1-2 in the count.
Moore's now 11 for 11 stolen bases on the season.
Edelman lines that one. Good play there by the shortstop, and just gets Edelman by a step. Advances Moore to 3rd. Yeah,
actually, it's going to be an underrated play right there. For one, you have Moore running right in front of you. Actually took a pretty of a weird hop. It really jumped off the ground as it got to the shortstop. So good job fielding that play, making a clean throw. Runner now advances to 3rd base again. Fly ball, ground ball here could take her out. Sorry, could bring her in as opposed to take her out. And that will do it.
That's into center field. And Lineback gets herself a second hit of the day. Jumbos lead 7-0. And Coach Epstein wants time. Looks like she's going to make a substitution here. See if it's for Russo or it will be for, no, it will not. It'll be Lineback. She's going to take a seat, and Emma Tonys is going to come in and run for her. And that, you know what that signals to me, Scott?
They want to steal and they want to get that run across.
Yeah, they want this one to go 5. They don't really want to be playing 7 innings in this game.
Yeah, I mean, there's not really any need to it. You know, you're talking game 37 of the season. It's not like you're looking for people to get reps or anything like that. You have a game right after this. You have the tournament coming up. I see no reason why the Jumbo should pull their foot off the gas right now. And yeah, and back to that, it's a really good piece of hitting right there. By Linebuck. It was, you know, it was inside. It was going to be a strike. It was in that inside corner. She just cleaned it out. Solid piece of contact right up the middle. It's exactly what you want to do. It's exactly what you want your, you know, the bottom half, the middle, but towards bottom half lineup to do. You know, don't try to do too much. Just put the ball in play and good things will happen.
The 0-1 waiting on that one a long time was Russo. Fouled it off the top of the Bowdoin dugout. And she's down 0-2 now. Yeah,
and, you know, again with the off speed, you know, that was a better executed one, but there's a huge speed difference. To be honest, I think you can you know, I don't think, it does seem like to me that the arm angle changes a little bit. Like, you can get a pretty good read off this. Like you mentioned, Russo was really able to step back on that one. I think she poorly timed it once she was able to do so.
That one lifted to left field, and the left fielder's under that one for out number 2. Good piece there from Russo, just got under it a little bit.
Yeah, left fielder out there had a bit of an issue, got turned around, but that hung up enough, and it really wasn't going anywhere.
And now Jacobson will step to the plate, and I wouldn't be surprised if she has a take here, and they'll send Tony's first pitch.
Yeah.
Oh,
right through the legs.
Tony's going for third, and she will get there, and that will bring up Kat Yusuf-Polsky with a chance to drive in what would in effect be the winning run on senior day.
Yeah, exactly. That went right through the legs. I think they might give it a hit. It's hard to tell. It was a rocket, absolutely, but I mean, it really went truly right through her legs. I think they've given it a hit. It's maybe a little kind, but it was nonetheless a good piece of hitting, a good rocket right there.
Yusuf-Polsky grabs that one through, and that'll make it 8. And now the question is, what happens now with Bella Jimenez already 3 for 3 and now coming back up to hit?
Baby.
And it looks as if Bowdoin might be making a pitching change here. We're going to take a short break. Be right back with you. Jimenez stepping in here for the Jumbos. Already 3 for 3 on the day, and, well, I think she wants it back.
Oh.
That was As I was going to say, I think she might want her batting title back from Rachel Moore, but she might have to wait until the second half of the doubleheader. We'll take a short break and be back with you in a minute as Sky Johnson looks to close it out. Welcome back here. Johnson looking to close this one out. Gary stepping in for the Polar Bears. Looks to show
She
bunt.
offered for sure.
And offered at that one outside for strike one.
Again, look how shallow all Jumbo's infielders are, and to an extent the outfielders. They know exactly what might happen here.
The 0-1, she shows bunt again. And they give her a ball. That's interesting.
No, I don't think she went around. I thought she pulled it. I think she pulled it back that time. And that's also, I didn't see for sure. The first one might have actually been called a strike as well. It was on the border.
The 1-1. She swings at that one, hits it foul, and now down 1-2, so she can't show bunt anymore.
Well, she can. Maybe not the most advisable solution. And she didn't there, so I doubt she will here. But it doesn't matter. The Jumbos are going to stick with infield in. I mean, both corner infielders are, 15 feet, maybe a little less, 10, 15 feet in front of the base.
1-2 is just outside for ball two.
Yeah, a little outside, little high as well. It's a little harder for the umpire to gauge the height, especially when you have the hitter running out of the batter's box. So, it can actually be an advantage for especially those high ones.
The 2-2 is lined and caught by Rachel Moore.
That's exactly why you position Rachel Moore right there, because you know the ball, even if it's hit hard, it's not going to be very elevated. So Rachel Moore is going to have enough time to react. It'll be right at her. If she's playing right back at the third base, now that takes a bounce, maybe an unpredictable spin if it's off the end of the bat. All of a sudden, we're talking about a much harder play.
Lily Armstrong stepping up for her third at bat, 0 for 2 on the day. Johnson throws that one a little inside for ball one. The 1-0 is just on the outside corner for strike one. Johnson with the 1-1 now. High for ball two.
Let's go, Wood.
The 2-1 just misses inside. 3-1 now to Armstrong.
Yeah, no need to be too picky here if you're both Armstrong and Johnson. I mean, Armstrong, again, you're trying to stave off the end of the game right here. So, you can be aggressive with one swing. Same thing with Johnson. You're the opposite. You're trying to end this game, and you've pitched so well. There's no need to dance around the plate here. Unfortunate there that's going to lead to a walk. And the bigger problem, if you look ahead, is that with barring a double play, Mayers will be back up in this inning. It's something you could have avoided if you didn't give out that free pass. She's a threat to ruin your mercy rule chances any day of the week.
J.K. Bradley stepping in here. Bradley is 1 for 2 on the day. One of the 4 Bowdoin hitters with a hit. That one a little bit low for ball one. Johnson's 1-0 is hit well down the left field line, but that's going to go out of play. The 1-1 now. Johnson set. And and just missed off the outside corner for ball 2. Johnson's 2-1 is fouled out of play, now 2-2 on the left fielder for the Polar Bears. The 2-2 is grounded softly to Steinberg. She's got to go to first and does with a cannon there. Good scoop by Lineback. 2 down, but that will bring up Angelina Myers with a runner in scoring position.
Yep, always a dangerous situation, especially since she has 14 home runs, hitting over 400. Great. I mean, I think you trust Sky Johnson here. It would be the worst idea to consider a walk.
I was just thinking about that. The intentional walk isn't interesting. I don't think Myers is going to see anything middle in. It's going to all be on the outside. Johnson more than comfortable if there happens to be a walk.
And if we were talking 3-4 runs, that would, I think when you're talking 8-1, if you're talking 1 or 2 runs, you wouldn't want to put an additional runner on base. But now you're talking 8 runs, yes, the mercy's nice, but it's kind of, one of those rules of the game. You're not going to walk people when it's up 8-0. Now, you may be very cautious with them, as we see right there. But and Mayers gives a great reaction right there as she skirts out of the way of that ball.
And now Coach Epstein is going to have a quick chat with Johnson. We'll take a look at the score from Saul Goodman Field. It is 9-6 in the bottom of the 7th, as the Jumbos, behind the solid pitching here of Aiden Tucker, after giving up 6 in the top of the first, have not given up a run.
Yeah, since about 12:30, if we're given a time estimate, neither of the batted ball games have seen a Jumbo earned a run, or even a run for that matter. A pretty long meeting out there. I'm not 1,000% sure what they're necessarily talking about. I mean, it might be pitching strategy, but for that long of a meeting, the umpire is finally going to go and break it up.
I think they were probably just putting in their lunch orders for the 15-minute meal, so it could get here in time for them to eat it. Johnson will settle back in against Myers. The 2-0 is inside for ball 3.
And again, this might be part of the strategy. And now, to be honest, I'm a little surprised they're trying to miss in, if that's intentional or not. Bit of more of a risk. But I think that, no reason to give her anything to hit. Get her on. You can leave her on first base and let the rest of the lineup do the trick. Yep, there you go.
Yeah, that one wasn't even close. In everything but name, an intentional walk. And that'll bring up Katrina Dukart, who's had a pretty good day. 1 for 2 on the day with 2 hard-hit balls.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. You take the risk here. You take someone who's beat everyone all season versus someone who might be beating you today. I think the Jumbos will take that risk. You see the outfield pretty far back. They're going to try to keep everything in front of them. They're okay with giving up a run or two. Just don't let it be a big inning, and we'll see a good pitch right there on the off-speed, right on the outside corner.
Johnson's feeling it now. 2 strikes away. That one just misses for ball 1.
Good location. I think just a little low.
Johnson's 1-1. High for ball 2. The 2-1 is flown into right center. Over to get that is Edelman. And she can't get it. That's going to drop. That'll score 1. Second runner coming home, and it's 8-2.
Yeah, that was a rocket out there. You know, great play out there by Edelman, or a great attempt, I should say. Just misses it, but you know, it was going to be a tough play either way. And you know, the walk there to Mayers comes back to bite you as Duke Hart comes in with a big swing. You know, and it's an 8-2 game.
Now stepping up will be Sydney Lang. Don't quite know what's going on with the scoreboard. It seems to be saying 8-1.
That should be 8-2, and there you go. As soon as you said it, they fixed it. 8-2 is the correct tally. So much for that nice easy mercy rule. Play a little more softball right here.
Nothing's ever easy in the NESCAC. Johnson sets. That one's in there for a strike. The 1-1 is outside for ball 2.
Right here, Sky, right here.
Johnson definitely battling this inning. The 2-1 is hit foul. That one was hammered. And now Johnson 1 strike away from getting out of this inning.
Yeah, good swing. Another good swing. It's now a couple in a row. We've seen Sky Johnson just falter a little bit here. Some of the command's been iffy. You know, some of it might have been intentional, but you've seen a couple more misses, a couple more good swings put on the ball that we didn't see in the first 4 innings.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to think this is probably her last batter. As the 2-2 is, did she go?
No, she did not.
Ooh. EJ thinks she did.
No, I don't. I think she did lean forward. I don't think there was enough wrist or barrel movement there. I think it's the right call.
And now a full count pitch here for Johnson. Who's being tested really for the first time today.
Yeah.
The payoff pitch is fouled back. We'll do it again. And I don't know if you can see, Scott. I certainly can't. Can you take a look down, see if there's anyone warming up in the bullpen?
I can try. I cannot tell, though, if I'm being honest. No. It's possible I saw some movement out there, but I would not know for sure.
That one will be grounded to Jimenez. The Jumbos get out of it, but Bowdoin gets 2, leaving the Jumbos in a situation where they're searching for 2 to put this one away. We'll take a short break. Be right back. Welcome back. Bottom 5 on this gorgeous day in Medford. Bowdoin getting into their defensive positions, and it will be a tough battle here for Biasotti. She has 2, 3, and 4 for the Jumbos. Jumbos need 2 runs to put this one away.
That'll help.
And, I mean, is there anything that ever fools Josie Steinberg?
No.
Because I've yet to see one.
Yeah, I mean, I know that's a rhetorical question, but I'll just say no. She's looked outstanding again. You know, she had one out, but it was a fly out, pretty hit well. Otherwise, double. That was a rocket to start the game. Almost got out of here. Took a walk, and now another hard hit single right through the left side.
That brings up Caitlin Perucci, who's 3 for 3 on the day. And this is the real problem that every NESCAC team and whoever the Jumbos play in the NCAA tournament are going to have to deal with. There are no easy outs in this lineup. As that
that's a rocket.
That is back, and that is a walk-off. As it hits the top of the wall, will stay in play. Jumbos 1 run short as that missed a walk-off by about 6 inches.
One might call that a Stantonian blast that may or may not have actually hit the green monster. For those who remember from a few years ago, Riley just had his moment. It was a rocket. I'd be lying if I didn't think it was out off the bat. Nevertheless, the game continues despite what you might have heard from Riley's call, and we have one more run to get in, but I mean, another just absolute moonshot. We've seen a lot of solid contact from the Jumbos in the past 2 innings.
We're just waiting on that one, almost as if she's like just watching someone curl something. Just no velocity on that pitch whatsoever. The 1-1 is hit high down the left field line.
Tough
That could
play.
be trouble, but it is caught and put away for out number 1. And that'll bring up the one senior on the day who is the only Jumbo without a hit today, and that is Michelle Edelman, who has 2 hard outs.
Yeah, and a walk. But it would be nice for Michelle Edelman. You know, she'll play another game. She'll have an ample opportunity. Would be fitting to see her drive in this winning run.
Yeah. Be nice for her to walk it off on senior day.
Oh, she wanted it.
Yeah, she was not looking for contact. She was looking for the flagpole on that swing. That one is fouled back. Edelman down 0-2. The 0-2 to Edelman is fouled off. Another 0-2. Edelman waits on that one, chops it to the second basewoman. Second out, runner advances to third. So it'll be up to Haley Leinbach.
2 for 3 on the day, 2 solid pieces of contact. So, you know, again, like you said, there's no weak spot in this lineup. You know, we can say it's up to anyone, and you could say, oh, okay, sounds good, right? You know, anyone up there right now, you feel confident in their ability to drive in a run.
Leinbach here, 2 for 3 on the day. Takes that one outside for ball 1. The 1-0 is fouled out of play at 1-1. That one kind of looked like someone was playing cornhole there.
Yeah, the off speed continues, you know, to be a problem location-wise. I think it's you know, we've seen a couple where if she's executing well, they are ending up low, and they can be hard to, even if you time it well, they can be hard to hit, but just not consistent enough in this game.
2-1 is hit into the right center gap, and that one is caught. We will go to the 6th as Bowdoin scrapes on by the skin of their teeth. We'll be back.
Tufts in the 5th, 1 run, 2 hits.
I'm going to go on and talk about the. And welcome back. You'll see we have a pitching change with Sophia DeCoco coming in to replace Sky Johnson. And remarkably, Sophia DeCoco sports even better numbers than the remarkable ones that Sky Johnson had. DeCoco is a .1.23 ERA, .81 WHIP. She's 12-2 on the season, only giving up 16 earned runs and has 8 walks and 51 strikeouts. You know, no relief in sight for the Bears, who at this point will probably face DeCoco and then some combination of DeCoco and Dottie. Oh!
Ooh, that's interesting. As much as she is going to the base is Biasotti, to me that looked as if like it hit off the bat.
To be honest, I was reading off the DeCoco stats. I wasn't looking. I mean, the lack of argument from the catcher makes me think that it must have caught at least some arm.
It's a good point.
It
Scott.
did, but it did. You're right. Audio-wise, it did sound like. I mean, maybe it was just because it was so fast. And a measure of the pain that is probably coursing through her arms right now. It did sound like it came off the bat, but
Shea Sullivan steps up. She's yet to really make any solid contact. Struck out first time up and then hit that weird infield single that Josie Steinberg almost turned into a ridiculous out. That one is grounded softly. Tough play for Jimenez, who makes the play, and now she's going to turn to the umpire because it looked as if she was kind of interfered with there. Looks as if all is good, and that'll put the runner on second. 1 out for Dent, who is 1 for 2 on the day.
I mean, DeCoco's pitches just have such great horizontal movement. I mean, right there, that starts in the middle of the plate, it ends up in the inside corner. You can see her Dent. She thinks she's about to get, you know, a meatball right down the middle. Ends up on her hands. She fouls it off. And that's what makes Sophia DeCoco so dangerous. It's just that, you know, I mean, some of the drop there, but also in her, you know, the lateral movement is so hard to time up because it's already coming at you so fast.
Yeah, DeCoco, I mean, first-team All-American, just phenomenal pitcher. And it's crazy that she is having almost as good of a season this year with a .86 ERA as she did last year with her .76. But she is not going to likely be the NESCAC Pitcher of the Year this year. She is likely going to lose that to her own teammate in Emily Doty. The 1-2 from DeCoco.
Give me it.
Is there for strike 3. And now it looks as if Bowdoin might be making a batting change. Into the game for Gary will be number 8, Liv Barrett, hitting 167 in only 42 at-bats this year. So looking to get her some reps, maybe have her heat up coming in to next weekend's NESCAC tournament, which will be right here.
Absolutely, yeah. Bowdoin will be right back here. Matchups possibly still to be determined. They're at the 4 right now. If this result holds, they will be at best the 4. I think there's a possibility they could fall down to 5. Colby could leg them out, but they'll be either 4 or 5 going in.
Yeah, I mean we have. Well, you won't be here for it, but we have the whole second game to get into permutations and tiebreakers and the like. And by the end of that one, we will know what the games and the matchups will be for next weekend's NESCAC softball tournament. That one is grounded softly. Moore gets it while it's still foul. The 1-1 to Barrett is swung on and missed. What a pitch there from DeCoco.
Yeah, again, it's that cut inside. I mean, it's so hard to time up. I mean, obviously, it's not the only pitch she throws, which makes it even harder if she mixes it up. But even if you see it a bunch, you know, just that it's just coming at you so fast, you have to mentally adjust to where it's going to end up.
That one is grounded off the end of the bat. Nice play by Lineback. She'll take it herself. And DeCoco gets a scoreless 6th. And the Jumbos, for the 3rd half inning in a row, will finally look to put this one away. Welcome back to Sean Spicer. Nicole Russo will step up to the plate, and she will be the, I believe, the 4th senior who has stepped up to bat with a chance, knowing that a home run, or in some cases even less than a home run, would be a walk-off hit. She swings at that one, wanted a home run, hit it foul for strike 1.
Yeah, she wanted it, but when that pitch is inside and at your ankles, it's going to be tough to put any solid contact on it.
The 0-1 to Russo is grounded hard up the middle and into center field. And that will put the game-winning run on base.
Russo just keeps doing it. It's her 3rd single on the ground, finding a hole. So consistent with it. I mean, it's just so potent. I mean, especially when she ends up leading off innings. I mean, she serves like a leadoff hitter.
Yeah, this is honestly, if you're Coach Epstein, this is the one situation where maybe you wish you had 8 and 9 switched, because a bunt here, like Yusuf Polsky did, as that one's going to get through anyway. A great diving play by the shortstop to keep it from getting to left field. But now, as I mentioned, the bunt, you have to imagine it's coming here, which would give Bella Jimenez a chance to drive in the game-winning run.
I would think so, especially given how well it was executed in the first inning. The first time around. It wasn't the first inning, it was a little later. The Jumbos consistently today, they found all the holes. I mean, they found the shortstop, they found it right up the middle. Yeah, I mean, they're doing it volume-wise. Let's see if we get the bunt. No bunt here.
That one's grounded to third. 1 out there. They will not get a second out, and so it'll be up to Jimenez to try and drive in the winning run.
That's fine, and honestly, over at third base, I'm not gonna lie, I would have expected, who's over there, Dent. I feel like she took the wrong angle there. I mean, she spun and she had herself facing, the outfield. There's no chance she can turn, but I mean, she could have easily taken a jab step, touched the base, and tried at first. Seemed like that would have been worth it at that point, especially with the top of the lineup.
I disagree, though, because it's Yusuf Polsky running, so you're not going to get her, and you risk a throw down the right field line scores that run.
You do. You could also throw to second, though.
Jimenez looking for her 4th hit of the day. Jacobson on second, Yusuf Polsky on first. Jimenez ahead 2-0 in the count. That is ball 3, and you have to imagine she's going to take this one. The 3-0 to Jimenez is in there for strike 1. Jimenez was about ready to toss the bat. Biasotti with the 3-1. Jimenez swings and misses.
Borderline might have been outside, but you're okay with that. 9-2. I'm okay with anyone swinging the bat right now.
A payoff pitch here to Jimenez.
That's
is outside.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah.
A late call, but that is the right call. That's been a strike all day.
Yes, absolutely. It has been a strike all day. It is outside, or a little outside if you're taking, maybe your normal strike zone, but that's been very consistently a strike. Hitters might not like it, but the precedent's set. Absolutely. Good call.
Now 2 outs for Steinberg, who lines that one into right field. Will they send the runner?
It'll be close.
Play at the plate is not in time. Jumbos walk it off in 6. Josie Steinberg walks it off on senior day.
Or maybe not. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
And the Jumbos hit 20 hits in 6 innings and clinch another win. A dominant performance from the seniors on senior day. Scott, your closing thoughts?
Yeah, 20 hits. That tells you the story of the game. Obviously the Jumbos put 10 runs on the board, but it was all about good, solid contact. Contributions from everyone. You get 20 hits, it's not 1 or 2 people doing all the damage. It's everyone. It's been the story of the season for the Jumbos. The seniors contributed. Everyone else contributed. It's not about one class. It's not about one team or player. It's about the entire team. That's what the Jumbos did again today.
Yeah, we talk about senior class, obviously. At JumboCast, it is the end of senior year. So we just want to thank you, Scott, for all the games you've done. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always. And to all of you at home, make sure to tune in to the second half of the doubleheader. And in the meantime, stay home safely.
I nominate Scott.